Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I am so glad each and every one of you are here. My name is Devon, and I will be doing a collective message today. So, with that, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Okay. Um. So interesting. I split the deck, and I'm not always guided to look at the cards when I do a split like that, but I was actually guided to look at them. We've got Victory and Happy Family. So, what's coming through with this is like this is success when it comes to having this happy family energy. So home life could be very important or a main focus for you right now. Romantic relationship, just harmonious connections with family members, doesn't have to be romantic. It can also be like platonic family members. So that could be definitely a main focus. And if that is something that you're focusing on right now, the message coming through is you will be victorious when it comes to that situation. I just heard spirit go, and that's the end of the message. We're going to get into it a little deeper, but apparently that might be the overarching message here. So let's see. Thank you for your support on the channel. Like, shares, comments, subscribes, and the donations all really do help out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we've got walking away. So, for some of you, in order to have this kind of happy family situation, there could be something that you have to walk away from, or maybe somebody else has to walk away from something. Could be both. Um, yeah, it's reminding me of the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something that's emotionally that you've put a lot of time, energy, and effort into that was mostly fulfilling, but not completely. Um, this could be a romantic partner. This could be a job. This could be a living location. This could be a lifestyle. This could be walking away from limiting beliefs or from a past version of yourself is what I'm hearing as well. So it's walking away from something that you put a lot of time, energy, and effort into, but it's to walk towards something that's more fulfilling. Regeneration. Okay. And breathe. Okay. So breath work might be something to look into. Or maybe you're doing breath work. Uh yeah, somatic release breath work is really powerful. Especially if you've got like trapped traumas in the body. It's a way to release some of that trauma that our body holds onto without processing it through the mind. It just releases it from the body. It's really powerful. Um, I'm being told to read this. So let's see here. Um, Regeneration. Let's see. 46. Okay. 46 could be confirmation for somebody. Okay, rebirth, second chances, and new opportunities. Second chances are available to you now. Whatever opportunities you thought were dead are now revived in a more authentic, stronger form. Whatever you may have perceived as a failure or loss is now being replaced by something better and more powerful growing in its place. This rebirth is assured. Step into your new life. Destiny is being fulfilled in wondrous ways. That's beautiful. So, whatever you are walking away from is giving you this opportunity to have a rebirth or a second chance over here. And it's one of those like take a deep breath and know that this second chance is yours. What is meant for you will not, what's that saying? Will not pass you by. Um, so just keep that in mind. Kind of take a breath. All is well. The universe is working in your favor. Everything is happening for you, not to you. Okay, yeah. Patience, waiting, going slowly, wellness, meditation, and trust. All right. So, yeah, it's talking about slowing down a little bit, meditating, trusting. There's a surrender energy coming through. Um, okay. Interesting. So I was guided to look at the relationship part of this card. In this guidebook, there's different sections. And so there's a relationship section. And what really popped out was don't be in too much of a hurry. The heart needs time to open. Take a breath and let nature take its course. Release constriction and anxiety, for there is no need for tension. So, whatever the situation is that you're walking away from and then walking towards, it is meant for you. The universe has been working on this and preparing this as well. So just know that. Interesting. I was guided to reshuffle. Normally I'm not guided to reshuffle in the middle of a reading. So that's interesting. I don't know what the significance is. Oftentimes when things like that happen, there's a significance, but I don't know what it is. Um, okay. Hostilities. What? Okay, you could be experiencing some hostile energy from whatever you're walking away from. So if this is a person, it could show up in arguments or just discontent. Um, if it's a place, maybe it's just kind of there's like a lot going on, selling a house, renting a house, finding a new one, whatever it is. A career, maybe if you're switching careers, there's people that are like, "Oh, don't leave." Stuff like that. It's kind of coming through as like this energy of whatever it is that you're walking away from is trying to pull you back. So just pay attention to that and just know that whatever you're walking away from is actually for your highest good. It is to help you get into alignment. This could also be mental hostilities. So you could be having a lot of like negative mental talk right now. Maybe there's fear coming up in whatever this is that you're walking away from. And so yeah, it could be one of those like the mind is just going bonkers and just, doing all the things of, oh no, because I'm getting this sense of like there's a part of you that's leaping into uncertainty. And when we leap into uncertainty, the ego mind kind of freaks out. Because it's unknown and it could be potentially dangerous. That's just how the ego interprets that. So just keep that in mind when those thoughts and stuff come up. Just recognize it for what it is and do your best to release it. And yeah, with to the seed, this is going with the flow. So there's definitely this energy of make sure that you're going with the flow in whatever the situation is. Okay. Let's see if anything else wants to come out on this one. Round and round. Okay. That's being in cycles. So you could be closing out a lot of cycles right now, is what's coming through with that. Maybe you just did. Maybe you just closed out a big cycle. It's like a karmic cycle that's coming through. Maybe that's what you walked away from. Um, what else is going on? The thinking woman. Okay, so that's a feminine energy who's very intellectual, probably very intelligent. I heard communicative, so maybe they're really good at communicating. This could be you, this could be somebody around you. Yeah, especially because it flipped out over here. So this is kind of a separate energy. I'm getting that that is not, yeah, I'm actually getting that this isn't your energy. So if you are feminine energy that's very intelligent and intellectual, that's confirmation for you, but there's also somebody else in your energy that has that has those qualities. Um, what's going on with the thinking woman? So it feels like a different energy. It doesn't feel like yours. Chop wood. Okay. Okay. Chopped wood is talking about mundane tasks. Um, weird. I don't know what this is about. Hmm. We'll get into it. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's also being grounded in everyday experience. Um, There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Um, huh. Okay. Huh. So, I mean, there is the element of like being intentional, in what you're doing. It's weird because again, that doesn't really feel like your energy. Maybe you are looking, that could be what's going on. You could be looking at changing your community and finding more people who are like this, who are more intentional in their daily lives, who enjoy the simple things, who, you know, it's yeah, yeah, so, like, more intentional people. So, like, intellectual and very, I'm getting, like, very smart energy, but also somebody who is capable of being present and enjoying the little things in life. So maybe this is somebody you're moving towards or a community that you are attempting to attract. And to be fair is balancing something. Um, hmm. There's a lot of messages in the guidebook today. Sometimes that happens. Balance, justice, and need to consider options, mutual benefits. Okay. So it's talking about balancing the being and the doing state. Give me just a second. Had to drink some water. All right, let's see what else is going on. So there's something that's balancing. Oh yeah, so yeah, it's balancing the doing and the being. And so we've got kind of meditation and stuff out here. So maybe you're being called to kind of really make sure that you are taking that time to be, that quiet time, that time to be with just you and source or whatever it is that you work with. Um, and really continuing to build that relationship with source. Yeah, and then we've got financial constraints. It was in the reverse. Okay, cool. So your finances are shifting for the better. So if that's something you've been worried about, release that worry as much as possible and focus on abundance. Focus on abundance in other areas of your life. In the temple path. Yeah, so that's walking the path to spirit. And then we've got journey. Okay, so you could be getting ready to, it's like to embark on a journey of some sort. And then Temple Path, there's another community card and Door to Value. Okay, so yeah, you are really attracting more abundance into your life just in all forms, but especially financial abundance since we've got financial constraints in the reverse plus Door to Value here. There is something with up leveling your community, or maybe this is a particular person that you are connecting with over here, this feminine energy and there's something here that's gonna help your flow of finances, and it's also, this is probably somebody who is well, yeah, maybe, um, this could be somebody who's also spiritual on the path, regardless, I'm definitely getting this as your energy is being on this path to connecting to spirit and doing the inner work and going through the awakening and shifting your vibration and all of that stuff. Okay, appreciation. Yeah, make sure to have an attitude of gratitude. Um, and this could also, if this other person is somebody that you are wanting to have a part of your life, that kind of sounded weird, but if you want this person to be a part of your life and it's like kind of an up leveling in community, um, what's coming through with this appreciation card is you could have a great deal of appreciation for this person. So maybe this is a mentor or somebody who's helped you a lot on the path, something like that. But there's definitely a lot of appreciation here. And so make sure you're staying focused on the attitude of gratitude. Goddess of the moon, this is talking about intuition. So for some of you, I'm getting kind of a two-part energy with that. So I'm getting that you are really, um, doing your best to listen to your intuition right now when it comes to this whole situation of walking away from something, walking towards something new, having this regeneration energy, so on and so forth. And then this other person that I feel like is external could also be very intuitive as well. Okay, we're gonna get into the throw really quick. What else is going on here, Spirit? Okay. Yeah, so it's a time of balance, releasing these hostilities, walking away, getting off of cycles. This is big energy. It's very transformative energy that's coming through. And then this external person. What's going on with all of this? Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so that is self-made money, basically. Yeah, it's an entrepreneurial energy and it's self-made. Could be a business owner. Maybe this is something you're focusing on. Maybe this is somebody that you want to start a business with or go into business with them, work with them. I am getting an entrepreneurial energy out of this, but if not, this could just be somebody maybe you want to work for this person. Something like that. You're focused on, yeah, this is really building wealth or attracting wealth, really. Through like heart-centered means is what just came through. So this could be like soul mission stuff. So maybe there's something, uh, part of you could be trying to figure out what the next step is for you when it comes to business, soul purpose. Maybe you know that you want to change careers, but you don't know what that actually looks like. Something like that. And that's where this focus on your mundane tasks is coming through because when you're open and you're receptive and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do the dishes, or even like I'll do like little diamond paintings or actually paint or anything crafty or creative I tend to do randomly in my random hyper focuses. But when I'm doing stuff like that and just kind of in that like meditative state, but I'm focused on doing something, I'll get a bunch of downloads and like messages from spirit that come through doing that kind of stuff. So maybe it's like when you're mowing the lawn, you get an aha moment that gives you the next step on the path. So if you're really trying to figure it out and you're like, what is it? Is it this? Is it that? Is it this? Is it that? Do your best to just release it and say, okay, and just ask, like, okay, spirit guides, whatever you work with, I would like some insight on my soul purpose or my next steps when it comes to my career or, whatever, relationship, career, whatever. And just ask for that insight and then go about your day and just let it go. And then maybe it's a week later. When it's time, as long as you are opening up and allowing yourself to be in that receptive energy, then those aha moments can come through. So maybe it's, mowing the lawn and listening to binaural beats instead of, music with words in it. And then it kind of throws you in kind of that meditative state. And that's when you can really receive messages. Okay. Dude, that's Emperor. Okay. So, yeah, the Emperor, this is very grounded. This is divine masculine energy. So, this is the energy of action. And then we've got the Magician. So, there's manifesting here. So, you could be really focused on manifesting things. And then, for some of you, you could resonate with being a divine masculine. And then you're manifesting stuff when it comes to community and like business or finances, career is definitely coming through. Um if you don't resonate with being a divine masculine and you're a feminine, this is talking about the internal masculine energy. And so this is, when we are doing things for our career, that's masculine energy. It's the divinely inspired action part of the equation. And then for some of you, this is like manifesting an emperor. So if you're a feminine, you might be manifesting a divine masculine. Um, and then I just heard the reverse is true as well. So if you're a divine masculine, you could be manifesting a divine feminine that can help you build. Okay, so make sure to continue to have appreciation for that and know that it is on its way to you. And then with that, make sure you're listening to your intuition because when it's time to take that action, you really want to make sure that you're in that receptive energy so that you can receive the intuitive guidance on when to take that action, how to take that action, what that action is, all that jazz. Okay. Transformation. I think that's the death card, actually. Yeah, 13, right? Smith, Scorpio energy. Um, it's an end of a cycle. And so yeah, transformation on here. It's I mean, it is transformative energy. I'm gonna take a peek. 13. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Lucky number 13. All right. Um, yeah, this is the death card in tarot. That's what I thought. Okay. So it's okay. It says it's time to rise above defeat, shed self-imposed restrictions, and connect with a deeper part of your being. Growth can evolve from the ashes of a former life. Instead of remaining in a state of mourning, we have to learn to come to terms with the death of what we knew and embrace the prospect of transforming ourselves into a new evolved being. So yeah, you could really be manifesting, yeah, with this round and round card out here too. You could be really putting a lot of end to certain cycles in your life, and then that is opening you up to manifesting these new beginnings. So do your best to, grieve whatever it is, release whatever it is, process those emotions on whatever you're walking away from. Make sure you're not suppressing it or ignoring or denying those emotions. Let yourself feel it to release it, to heal it. And then open yourself up to this beautiful new energy that's coming in for you. Yeah, you're in like a death and rebirth cycle right now. Which is beautiful. Beautiful energy. Okay. Anything else? We'll go for a few more minutes here. Five of Cups. Okay. Do your best not to focus on the lack side of things. Do your best to shift your focus into that mind state. My words are not wording properly today. Do your best to focus on a mindset of abundance. Um, yeah. Yeah, there's also another message coming through here because we did have the second chances that came out. With this Five of Cups and this transformation, there could be a second chance with something that you felt like you missed an opportunity with in the past. So there's like a rebirth energy around whatever the situation is. So this could be, again, it could be a person, a situation, maybe it was a childhood dream, career, something like that. So it's something that you previously thought, was just a missed opportunity and you would never get a second chance at that situation again, and it's coming back around for you in a transformed energy. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Hey, that's exciting. I just got all excited. Like, yeah, man. Yeah, it's like in a new energy. So if this is somebody from your past, they're in a new energy, you're in a new energy. If this is like a childhood dream, this is like maybe it's revamped a little bit. So I always use this example because it's just my personal example, but like I used to really want to be on stage and perform and make music and dance. Um and then now I'm still being called to get on stage at some point, but it might be more in motivational speaking or running retreats and having Q&As and things like that. And then there is also of course the thread where maybe music will come back around at some point, but in a different form, more of like a higher vibrational type music, something like that. So it's still similar because it's still me being on stage, but it's not, you know, singing and dancing and doing music that is what's popular at the time. It's more of that heart-centered, aligned energy. So it's still on stage, but it's just in a different form. So there could be something like that going on. For some of you, it's like multiple things like this that are coming up. The Chariot. Okay, so this is something that you are being guided to take action on. So, yeah, definitely pay attention to your intuition and make sure you're really listening because this is a situation that's going to require you taking action. The chariot is forward determined movement. Some of you, interesting, for some of you, I'm hearing Cancer season is going to be really like prosperous, fortuitous. Um, so whenever you're watching this Cancer season, the next Cancer season that comes around for you, is going to be very transformative is what I just heard. So maybe it's something that you're moving towards this thing and then in Cancer season it really takes off. Something like that. That's just a little extra side note. Two of Cups. Okay. This could definitely be okay. So for some of you, this is making an offer to a soulmate. So that could be romantic, that could be platonic, that could be in business. We have multiple soulmates, but this is somebody that you work very well together with. So whether you're working on, building a family or a business or working together or, maybe some creative projects, take it as it resonates, but that could be what you're being asked to take action towards, is working with a soulmate in some way. Okay, Four of Swords. This is a period of like rest and rejuvenation. It's recharging energy. So you could be in that energy now, or if you've been having a lot of issues resting and sleeping and stuff like that, once you take action towards this thing, or towards this person, whatever it is. I mean, it is definitely getting a person with the Two of Cups here and then the community cards. You're going to be able to rest after you take this action. Temptation. Uh, this is devil energy in the regular tarot. And what that is it's just anything that is externally focused that lowers our vibration. So it can be vices, it can be greed, it can be limiting beliefs. It can be unhealthy lifestyle. It can be, I mean, it can be so many things. But I don't know how that goes into this because it came out with the Four of Swords. Okay, for some of you, this is really interesting. For some of you, you might be using resting and rejuvenating as an excuse to not do something. So, again, the ego can get tricky. So this could be an energy where you're like, well, I need to feel better, or I need to be in this type of physical shape or whatever, before doing this thing. And it's actually coming up as the temptation. Is like that's actually not your guidance. Of course, rest, rejuvenate, take care of yourself, so on and so forth. It's just the ego can kind of come in and be like, oh, you need to be able to you know, rest more, do this or do that more. You need to be in the energy where you're meditating an hour a day before you take this action. And that's actually the temptation. That is actually what's keeping you on kind of this maybe a little bit lower of a vibration than what you would like to be in. Interesting. Interesting. And really quick, no judgment, not calling you out. I get it. I actually have done the same thing. So it's like, oh, I'm just tired today, so I'll start that thing tomorrow. And it's like, no, start the thing now, and then you'll have more energy because you'll be, more excited, or that weight will be lifted, and then you'll actually be able to rest instead of like resting as a form of procrastination. Been there. Again, no judgment. Eight of Wands. Okay, and Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about contemplating what direction to take in life. It's like picking between two paths. And then the Eight of Wands here is manifestations coming in. Oh, interesting. I'm hearing there are two paths in front of you. And one path that you pick is going to be filled with abundance and manifestations beyond your wildest dreams. And then there's another path in front of you that if you walk that one, it's going to be more restrictive. It's more kind of the karmic-y lower vibrational path, basically. So so you do have two paths in front of you, and you can align with your higher path, your higher vibrational path, and walk that one. And that's where you're going to find all your manifestations coming in, dream reality stuff is really coming through. Or you can walk the other path, and it's going to be, karmic cycles and tower moments, unpleasant tower moments, which are, divine intervention, um, closed doors, not really receiving a lot of opportunities, so on and so forth. With this energy, I feel almost like there's an illusion of two paths in front of you, which is kind of interesting that it's coming up that way because I feel like you are already wanting to align with your highest path. It's just that there's something here that you're being guided to take action on that's making you uncomfortable, but you have already chosen that path. So it's one of these things like there's almost this illusion of a choice because technically you can always go engage in more karmic cycles if you really want to. But you've come far enough now where it's like you don't want to do that. You want the path of least resistance. You want to walk the path of abundance and your dreams coming true and it's in alignment with your higher self and source and all of that. So it's like you want this path. You've already pretty much chosen this path, but there's something that you're being asked to take action towards that's making you very uncomfortable because it's pushing you outside of your comfort zone. And the thing is it's also by you taking this action towards whatever this is, that is what is showing the universe that yes, you are actually going to continue to walk the path. And so it's one of these things that it is for your highest good. It's just making you uncomfortable. Um, Yeah, and for some of you, it is communicating with somebody that's coming up because I was really drawn to the imagery here. I don't know if it's gonna come up or not. Um, there's like there's two little mice, and he's bringing her a flower. And so this could definitely be communicating with somebody and making an offer in a romantic sense. We don't really have a whole lot. I mean, Two of Cups can be romantic, but oh yeah, with the Prince of Cups out here, that can be an actual romantic offer. To a Queen of Swords. Interesting. So for some of you, this is making an offer to somebody who is, yeah, in this thinking woman energy, who's very intellectual, very intelligent, and then also has boundaries. That's a big thing with the Queen of Swords. Like the Queen of Swords knows her boundaries. She's been through so much shit that she allows access depending on, how you show up. It doesn't have to be a she. It's just Queen of Swords on there is a woman, but it's just an energy thing. So it's going to be a feminine energy. So for some of you, this is making an offer of some sort to a feminine energy that you are viewing as very intellectual, but also maybe a little bit guarded. Um, and again, this could be a romantic offer with the Prince of Cups here. It absolutely could be a romantic offer, but it's from the heart space. So let's say that this is a work situation and you really want to work with this person. It's still from the heart because you're feeling that pull. You're feeling that, like, regardless of what this is something that is aligned for you for your highest timeline. So this is part of your level up. This is part of your rebirth. This is the second chance energy coming through here. So it's kind of like a do-over kind of energy. And with that, even if it's like part, soul aligned business, that's still from the heart space because it's aligned. So whatever it is an offer that is, from the heart space, basically. Um, and so of course that could be romantic, of course. Okay, I'm gonna get a little more tarot, see what's going on. What else is going on here, Spirit? Eight of Cups. There's an eight. The Eight of Cups literally fell on that walking away card. How funny. So yeah, there's definitely an energy of walking away from something that you put a lot of time, energy, and effort into. For some of you, this is walking away from an identity. So you could be going through an ego death, or you just recently went through an ego death. It's an identity breakdown. It's when you start asking these questions of like, who am I really? And it's like, well, I do this for a living. I am a parent. I am a this. I am a friend. I am you know, a whatever. And then you start to realize like those are all roles that you fulfill. So who are you beneath that? Right. So it's that like, oh, I'm a spark of the creator having a human experience and I'm a multidimensional being. That's okay. So it's really doing that deep introspection. And so that could be part of this too, is you're shifting identities. And if that's the case, you're going through a quantum shift. Welcome to it. This one's a doozy, but it's one of the biggest ones we're ever going to go through in life. So it's exciting. Okay, for some of you, this is a relationship with the lovers out here. This is high level soulmate counterpart energy. So for some of you, this does have to do with another person that you are romantically interested in. Um, if it's not a specific person that you are focused on, that you're being called to make an offer to, this could just be saying that this is something that you are now desiring to have in your life. Is that really high level, mutually beneficial relationship, life partner. Seven of Wands. Okay, we also have Temperance, which is balanced. So there is definitely that energy of staying balanced. There is also the energy coming through of balancing out a situation. So I'm really getting that is like if this is a counterpart energy and it's an extension of the energy that I've been reading on for a little bit now. Um this is balancing out a situation with a counterpart. So just take that as it resonates. That might not be for everybody, but that is here. So that could be part of what's going on here. Seven of Wands, this is illusion energy, and I was just talking about illusion. Oh yeah, that was the illusion of having the two paths. Um, yeah, I'm still getting kind of this worry energy about whatever situation this is. There is also this energy of like once you take action towards, this person or whatever this is for you, you're going to be seeing things clearly. For some of you, maybe there was illusions that were recently released. Maybe spirit came in with some like aha moments, like clear perspective on something and maybe that's something that's recently changed. You saw something from a different perspective. You could have seen like a person from a different perspective. You could have seen, like maybe you had a childhood dream resurface and that's what changed your perspective. Something like that definitely could have happened here. Because that's the Tower and the Sorceress, eh? And the Ten of Pentacles. Dude, that's big energy. Okay, the sorceress is also the high priestess. So this is like a magical, intuitive, psychic energy. So, yeah, I'm getting for some of you, you're tapping into your own abilities on a deeper level, which is really, really good, really fun. For some of you, this is going towards a person or a situation that can actually help you to continue to expand those abilities. So that could be part of what this is about as well, because there's definitely like the temple path card and everything here. So this could be a soul aligned connection, where you're both aligned with spirit and then you're aligning with each other in that higher vibrational energy. In the Ten of Pentacles, this is building an empire. This is multi-generational stability and wealth and leaving a legacy. So this is definitely here for you. This is in your energy right now. So that could be something, maybe that you're meant to do something like this. You're meant to build an empire. You're meant to build multi-generational wealth, leave a legacy. And then there's a part of you that's like, but I don't know what that is. I don't know how that looks like. I don't know the next steps. so on and so forth. And that's where it's coming through to like open yourself up to receive that guidance and then just go about your days. And then the guidance will come in when the timing is right on how to build whatever this thing is. For some of you, you're not going to get this insight until you take action towards whatever this is. And that's really coming through if it's a person, especially that counterpart thread of energy. That's really coming through with that message is you might not get the insight on what this really looks like or how to get there until you take this other action, because it kind of depends on you taking this action and if that's going to anchor in. And then you'll get the insight on how to navigate this and build that empire, or continue building it if you're already in the process of it. Okay, entrapment. Oh, it's the Hanged Man. Yeah, and I was talking about perspectives. Okay, so yeah, you definitely could have had a perspective shift. Um, yeah, yeah. It's also talking about not getting stuck in a situation that will inhibit growth. You may have to sacrifice the comforts of the familiar in exchange for new opportunities. This illustrates transitions in life that may require us to break the confines of prolonged inactivity. Ooh. So yeah, and that's why it came out with this temptation and rest. So if you've been kind of in a stuck, stagnant energy for a while, and then you're just kind of like burned out and you're resting a lot, or maybe you're having issues sleeping and it's just kind of like prolonging it, there's something here where you're being asked to take some action. And when you take that action, it's going to pull you out of this stagnancy energy and you're going to be like rejuvenated. But yeah, with the rejuvenation card. So this is about you rejuvenating yourself and tapping into a different energy. And it has something to do with taking this forward movement towards I do get this as a person, but for some of you, it's going to be platonic. For some of you, it's going to be romantic. Um, but it is somebody that is like, maybe you want to work with them. 'Cause there's definitely this career thing here. Or maybe it's a mentor that can help you through some of what you're going through right now, which is going to naturally have the positive effect when it comes to life purpose, career, building an empire, so on and so forth. For some of you, this is a life partner that you want to build an empire with. So it's just going to depend. King of Swords. Interesting. We've got the Queen of Swords out here as well. So that is a counterpart energy. Um, if you are resonating with the counterpart energy, you and this person are very mentally compatible. Like you're intellectually compatible. Maybe you can really have these like deep conversations with them and just talk to them for hours. Maybe that's something you're desiring with this other person. Um, it's like you just want to get lost in their mind. Um, but you're the King of Swords, because the Queen of Swords out here, it's not a gender thing. The Queen of Swords out here, I was getting as this other energy. So this feminine energy. So the King of Swords, it is a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. Just take it as it resonates. But this is definitely somebody who is intellectual, and it's in the mind. It's the mental space. Swords are the thinking intellectual space. And so this is definitely somebody that you could have long conversations with, stimulating conversations. um, be mindful though, when you're going towards this situation, if it requires you to be in that heart space, make sure you're really listening to that and allowing yourself to tap into the heart space and not being strictly logical. Like coming from that place where it's kind of cold and it's not really heart centered. So, because we have the cups energy out here earlier, which is emotional, the emotional aspect. So, yeah. For some of you, you're also balancing out this head versus heart battle because it landed on temperance. And so you could be really balancing, acting from the heart space versus only acting from the logical space. Acting when you get that intuitive nudge to do something versus needing to know the entire thing, needing to know, yeah, confirmation, needing to know which steps to take and why it's going this way and how you're going to get from here to there, and you need it to be like this very structured, logical type of thing. When we're moving from the heart space and in alignment, it's like you move over here, and then you move over here, and then you get there. And you're not going to find out why you're being asked to move that way until you move that way. So it's just learning to move a little bit differently in life. Um, but you'll get there quicker and have more opportunities and more resources, and it's just more aligned when you do it that way. But it takes time to get used to it. Princess of Swords, this is communication. So yeah, you're definitely being asked to take action and communicate. The star. This is a wish being granted. So this is a manifestation that is being granted for you. For some of you, it does have to do with the second chance. I just heard that and saw the regeneration energy. So this is, yeah, yeah. But it is requiring you to take action with the chariot card out here. Okay. Let me see. Anything else? King of Pentacles. So this does have something to do with your finances. This is a very grounded, stable, financially secure energy. So this does have something to do with finances. So we do, again, we've got the lovers out here, so we do have that romantic thread of energy. We also have community, so we've got platonic energy, and then we also have career. Um, so it's all intertwined. And that's something else that's very interesting on this aligned path that I'm being guided to talk about right now is when you shift into alignment, it's one of those, it's no longer a compartmentalized experience. So things start to blend into each other. So before, maybe you could, you go to work, and then that's work, and then you're home, and that's home, and then this relationship is like this, and then you show up like this over here, and it's like, you're fulfilling these roles, and it's compartmentalized. Then you go through spiritual awakening and you get into alignment, and then all of a sudden it's, I am tapping into my authenticity and I'm aligning with my higher self and source, and now I'm going to move and operate in my life this way. And so, it's kind of all encompassing. Like life purpose turns into career, which turns into, which has an effect on different things. And then, like, doing mindfulness practices and living intentionally flows into life purpose. And then you desire this higher level love, this counterpart type energy, high level soulmate energy that maybe works with you, and you're doing these things together. And so instead of having it compartmentalized, it starts to turn into just this flow where everything is super interconnected. And that's where it's really, where we're guided to like clean up certain things and not engage in certain things anymore, and clean up certain habits and mindsets and all of this, because everything starts to flow in a different way. It's not this compartmentalized way of like, now I'm here and I'm this person, and now I'm here and I'm this person. And it's not saying that you are like fake or anything like that. It's just when you're showing up in life in a way where you're fulfilling roles, like now I'm a friend with this person, now I'm a romantic person with this person, now I'm a, whatever my job is, and now I'm a whatever this side project is, and now I'm with family. And there's going to be certain levels of like holding back a little, and in like, you're not going to be just like open and talking about aliens at the next family reunion. Maybe, maybe not, know your audience. So it's not saying that, but you're not shifting. You're coming from a very authentic place, and everything starts to kind of interweave or intermingle. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of complex to explain. It's kind of quantum, but it's just it's operating in a different way. It's shifting from unconscious 3D to conscious 5D, and then having the human experience and having fun while doing it, but also having multiple perspectives while you're doing things. Um, so yeah, so you're really shifting big time. And I feel like you already picked the path of alignment here with the temple path. And so you could still be sitting here one foot in, one foot out, but it's like you already picked the path of alignment. And at this point, you've come too far to kind of go back now. Like it's just one of those, you wouldn't be fulfilled. to try and do life the way you were doing life before. You've come too far on the awakening journey. So now it's one of those like the only way out is through. And so it's just continuing to shift into alignment, continuing to break down old patterns and, release different things that no longer serve and, shift into like this identity of I'm an authentic person and this is me and, this is what I'm doing. And yeah. Hopefully that made sense. I feel like I kind of rambled. Um, we've got Angel of Strength on the bottom of the deck here. So you do have a lot of strength right now around you. Um, you have the required strength to take this next step, is what I just heard. So there's definitely something that you're being called to act upon that is really making you uncomfortable. And the thinking man. Ugh, hold on. So I deposit, blow my nose again, get some water, all that good stuff. Okay, so the two cards that came out is the Thinking Man and Yin Yang. So when I saw the Thinking Man, I was like, oh, we've got the Thinking Woman out here, so that could be a counterpart situation. And then we've got Yin Yang. So this is my number one like counterpart twin flame high level soulmate card that's in this deck. And then the lovers is the equivalent in the tarot. So we definitely have that thread of energy out here. I was picking up on it like the whole time. Um, but it didn't feel just counterpart energy. So if you're resonating with the counterpart journey, then this is really talking about how everything is kind of intertwined with this situation. Because this is really about walking the path with another person. So this is life partner energy. This is where, because I went on that whole rant, like you're going to probably work with this person, have a family with them, or, just do the family stuff, the romantic stuff. And then, you might meditate together and then you might run retreats together or whatever, soul purpose. Like you're going to do soul purpose stuff together. And so it's one of those like, this is life partner energy that's coming through, and you are very intellectually compatible. And it also, because it is communication energy, it's also about having that conversation with them. Um, if you're not resonating with counterpart energy, then this is balancing those internal masculine and feminine energies within the self. And that's really what this is talking about. And then there is the energy of finding people in your community that are more compatible with you in multiple areas. Just more in alignment, basically. Yeah, people where you don't have to like mask in front of, basically, where you can just be you and be accepted for you. Just being your authentic best version of self and finding people that honor that and appreciate that about you. Um, woman holding a heart. So this is definitely confirmation that if this is the counterpart energy, the feminine definitely is holding you in their heart. They love you. They're in love with you. If this is not that counterpart thread of energy, then what this is saying is there is a focus on romantic love, and having that romantic person that is compatible that you can do life with. Let's see if anything else wants to come out from here. Yep, there is. Envy. Okay. This is going to be very specific. If you are a masculine focusing on a feminine, this is indicating longing, energy, longing. Freaking words today. It's that longing for that person energy. Um, so that's just going to be confirmation. If not, and also, this could be indicating that you are entering a season of life where you are going to trigger the shit out of other people. And just be heads up of that. It's, again, when you trigger another person, if you're just being authentically you and you're showing up with good intentions and everything else, and they get triggered by that, that's a them thing. because you are now shifting into a vibration where you are showing other people by example what is possible. And a lot of people are going to take that and flip it and project it back on you. They're not going to take it as the invitation that it actually is. So just keep that in mind. It's just something to be aware of. And make sure you're not taking that on as your responsibility, because it's not. That's not your responsibility. It's only your responsibility if you're, act in a certain kind of way and you know that, like that person was triggered because you said some not nice things or whatever. Acting out of that ego mindset and kind of engaging in that way. But other than that, if you're just being authentically you and you're triggering people, that's kind of part of the journey. So just keep that in mind. Second chakra. So yeah, in so this is a focus on creativity and passions. This is also with this counterpart energy, you definitely have sensual energy for this person. And it's mutual. Is what I just heard. More from here. Okay. All right. We'll get a couple more and then I'm gonna close it. All right. Happy family. So yeah, there's a reunion union energy here. This is saying that you do have somebody in your energy field that you do have a serious potential to build a happy family with. So whether that's actual kids or fur babies or whatever it is for you, take it as it resonates. There's definitely this energy here for you, and put it down on this envy card. So you could definitely be longing for this type of dynamic with this person. If so, it is mutual, just know that. Um, yeah, there's definitely this longing for this happy family energy. That person to go do things with and hang out with and, lay next to at night and all that jazz. And then we've got action. And so this is the chariot card basically. It's the equivalent. So this is letting you know it's time to take this action. It's aligned. It's time for this. This is the next step for you on your journey, is to take this action towards whatever this is. For some of you, it is going to be towards this counterpart. That's going to be, if you're a masculine on the counterpart journey, it's time to take action towards your feminine. Um, if it's in the other situations that we've been talking about, it's time for you to take action towards whatever it is that is your next step in alignment. And you know what that is. You know what or who that is what I just heard. Okay, well, with that, I am going to go ahead and leave this here. So I hope this resonates. This is a beautiful energy. You're in a major transformation, and you're about to see the results of your alignment, and it's going to be so beautiful with the 10 of pentacles here. And then the lovers, this is counterpart energy, high level soulmate, romantic energy, plus empire, multi-generational wealth, leaving a legacy. This is probably the person that you are going to build a legacy with. um you know so take that as it resonates. Beautiful energy. Okay, well, with that, I'm going to leave this here for real. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if this resonates. You can also claim this energy below, in the comment section. Feel free to hit that like button. It does help out the channel, so thank you. And if you would like to see more from me, you can hit subscribe. It is free. I will see you on the next message. Bye.